Hello, everyone, and welcome to Channel 18 TV News. I'm Don Julian. In the news, on this September 11th, 2019, we remember September 11th, 2001. Most Americans can recall exactly what they were doing at 8:46 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time on that 9/11. People took time today to remember and honor those who lost their lives that day due to terrorist attacks. In a joint resolution, Congress has designated 9/11 as Patriot Day. Many remembrances, special ceremonies, services, and observances were held across the nation today. The local Marine Corps League detachment lowered the flags to half-staff on the downtown plaza, and we'll have more on today's ceremony at the end of this newscast. There was some excitement on Jefferson Street just off the plaza today as a water main ruptured, closing the street for most of the day. Jefferson Street between Oak and Rosemont was closed Wednesday morning after that water main rupture. Around noon, city workers on the scene had new piping and materials needed to repair the damage, restore service, and eventually reopen the road. Walk to Remember to benefit Terrific Tuesdays will be taking place on October 3rd on Celebration Plaza. There are always some mini walks that take place leading up to the big walk, and the first mini walk took place Tuesday in the Family Life Gym at First United Methodist Church. Another mini walk occurred at Sulphur Springs Health and Rehab on Wednesday morning. Terrific Tuesdays provides weekly activities for persons with Alzheimer's disease and dementia and gives their caregivers a needed break.
The second annual hay bale decorating contest for Hopkins County is about to get underway, and it will cover all of Hopkins County. Let's find out how to enter.
Hi, I'm Shirley Patchen, and this is a fun way to enjoy the fall.
I love fall. Who are you?
I'm Sue Potts.
Hi, Sue Potts. Thanks for coming in again this year. And so, decorating hay bales is fun. Anybody can do it. Come up with a cute idea and enter. Do you have to enter? Okay.
Yes, this will be our second year, and I think there's even more excitement this year. Last year, people were wondering about, now what's this going to be about? But when we got the people enjoyed decorating their hay bales last year, people got to go around town, and we want people out in the county to do this as well. And it's just a fun and entertaining way to celebrate Hopkins County and the agriculture that we have here in Hopkins County.
It's very important. It's still very important.
$50 million is being brought into our county as a result of the hay industry. So,
well, if you have livestock, you need hay.
Yes, you do.
And some years are better for hay than others as far as a person purchasing this.
That is true.
We documented last year's winners of the hay bale decorating contest, and they were all over the county. Is that right?
Last year they were only open to Sulphur Springs.
Okay.
This year we are opening it to all of Hopkins County.
Okay.
If you want to put one on your farm, just get an application and send it in, and once it's approved, you're ready to go.
Someone will come by and view it. Okay, on the time for judging.
That's correct.
Does it matter if you use square or round bales of hay?
This year we're having two categories.
Okay.
The first category will be a single round bale, but you can add square bales to it if you want to make paws or whatever. The other category is going to be a multiple bale category, and that's more than one round bale.
Okay.
If you were able to get by East Texas Physical Therapy last year, you got to see 3 Star Wars characters, and they used 6 bales to make their sculpture. They were our Best of Show winner last year.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the sky's the limit, really, on decorating. How large was the largest sculpture?
It was the Star Wars.
Like 5 bales?
They used
Multiple?
4 bales.
Okay, 4 bales.
No,
Actually,
six.
it was
Six.
six
Six
bales.
bales. There were
Okay.
3 characters, 2 stacked on each other.
Wow.
Yeah.
Were there small and modest size decorations, maybe by someone's mailbox or something?
Not last year. One of the contenders last year had a barbecue sandwich and with some square bales, and then a solid maroon bale, which was barbecue on the side. So you can put your mind to work.
Well, how will people get ideas? Like look online or...
You can look online. There are a lot of different ones online. But what amazed me so much last year is most of the people didn't use anything that I saw online. It's just a creative time.
Okay.
And there are some creative people in Hopkins County.
We already have 10 applications in, and there's not a heartbeat copy of what was on last year.
Okay.
So I'm trying to get some of them to put their old one back up, but they're wanting to do something new. So it's everybody was talking about it for months after the hay bales.
Who can enter this?
Anybody that wants to. We want to have, it's open to churches, 4-H clubs, group organizations, individuals. Interestingly, just think about just decorating around your mailbox, how much fun that would be. Families, schools, even the schools in town and the schools out in the county could enter.
Sure.
And enjoy the whole agricultural scene of what hay brings into our county.
Like 4-H and FFA clubs or chapters? As a group, they could do that?
Love to see the Lions Club put up their line.
The lion is good. Well, so first you decide if you're going to do it, then you look and see when you have to get yours entered by, and when is that?
We need to have your entry around the 1st of October.
Okay.
Now, you can call Shirley or I.
Or you can email your application to me at TALLT75501@AOL.com. I have a tall husband named Tom, so Tall T.
75501@AOL.com.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And you could call me at 903-485-3241.
Okay.
Now, we're going to be cutting hay and baling real soon. We've gotten some good rain. So just leave a message.
Okay, leave
That's
a
my house phone.
Okay. Now, is there prize money?
There is prize money. Since we have 2 categories this year, we have made first place $200, $100 for second place, and $50 for third place. You also get those great big ribbons that I made last year to put on your hay bale.
Those are huge rosettes.
They are huge.
And we certainly want to thank Alliance Bank and Galleon Insurance for being our sponsors this year.
Okay,
We're
wonderful.
very excited about that.
Now, this is a fall festival event, and we'll discuss more on that later as that gets a little bit closer to us on the calendar. But the hay bale decorating contest is back, and it's going to be open to anyone, open to all of Hopkins County.
That's correct.
We decided that there were some farms that called and wanted to know if they could put out hay bales, and this year we decided to open it to all of Hopkins County. Last year we had 19 entries. Only 16 were able to finish because it rained every weekend.
Oh, that's right.
So some didn't get to finish. So we're saying start on your hay bale now. You know, it doesn't have to be waited on, till October the 1st. As long as you get an approval from the committee member to go ahead and put up your hay bale, go ahead and get started, especially if you're going to do a multiple bale.
Now, we want to have it up. We want to have it up by the 14th of October.
Okay.
Because the judging will occur, and then when everything takes place on the big day, we'll announce the winners.
Yes, down at the Civic Center.
What criteria will they be judged by?
Oh, let's see. They will be judged on eye appeal, construction, use of materials, so you can add things, add pieces of wood or whatever around
Grass,
your hay bale.
You know, anything you can think of.
Corn stalks, whatever.
Yes.
Pumpkins. I added some pumpkins to mine last year, and to be judged on creativity. All of those things. And we're going to judge it on October the 18th, and then we'll announce on the big day. What day is that? The 26th, yes.
Okay. Now, will they be judged by sight, like going out to it, or a picture taken along the way?
No, the judges will be going out and looking at because they need to see the structure and how it's put up. And
well, this covering all of Hopkins County. That's folks way out to the north, or any of our reaches of Hopkins County.
I live out toward Miller Grove, and I'm looking for some people to put some up. They wanted to last year, so we're looking forward to doing that as well.
The one problem I have this year is last year Matt and Mindy Bale donated the hay bales for $30, and they have a lot at 11 and 19, and someone went in and baled it, and I thought it was Matt getting it ready for us. It was somebody else, and they took the hay. So we are looking for hay for our applicants, the round bales, for around $30 or $35.
Okay.
So if you have hay for contestants, please give us a call.
Okay. For contestants to buy, and you're talking about round bales.
Round bales.
Okay.
It's been a good hay year this year. We had a lot of rain at first, and a lot of us missed our first cutting because we didn't want to mud up our pastures, but got a good second cutting, and looks like we're going to get a good third cutting.
That's
so
wonderful.
It's different from last year.
Yeah.
It's more abundant.
There is hay around the county for $35 right now.
Okay.
It's just how do we get it?
Okay, right.
So,
And so each person that wants to enter can procure their hay from wherever they like.
Yes.
But if you don't have
Absolutely.
access, then you can
we don't have
inquire.
access this year to the hay that we had last year.
What would be the number if a person wants to let you know that they've got hay?
If they want to call and let me know, my number is 903-885-5914.
Okay.
And, the whole reason we started on this last year wasn't to honor the farmers that work so hard, the cattlemen, the dairymen, the equine, everybody that had anything to do with hay. If it wasn't for these people, we might not be Sulphur Springs. I mean, not the town that we know it is today, because they were our life flow back in the early days.
I really appreciate that sentiment there and that truth. Well, one of your goals and purposes on your flyer here is to develop county spirit, teamwork, and hometown pride.
And fun.
And fun.
Mostly fun.
Well, let us all think about the hay bale decorating contest and how we can enter in and get the family involved.
Yes.
Get people's input on how.
Wouldn't the children enjoy being a part of this?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fall is a wonderful time of year.
It is.
And it's a good time in Hopkins County. Thanks for bringing this to us. And
Thank you for having us.
We'll try to direct our listeners' attention to this as we go towards the 1st of October.
You can get an application. They're going to be posting one here at KSST. So just look on KSST's website and you'll be able to print off one.
I think I accidentally found one last year at the library.
You did. I had posted one at the library, and you called me going, hey, what's this about the hay bales?
Okay, wonderful. Thank you both for coming in this morning.
Well, thank you, Enola.
We'll look forward to your winning results.
Thank you so much.
In sports, the Wildcats football team opens district play Friday night at Terrell. At his weekly media gathering, Wildcats football coach Greg Owens discussed Terrell and his Wildcats.
Comment to them last week, we've got 8 left. That's it now. We're in this thing. We've been working our tail off all this time. You only have 8 ball games you're assured of right now. So there is an urgency about that, and there's a definite urgency because it is district play. Here we go. This is a team we need to go take care of and beat and get after it, and we got to compete. But they're in the same boat we are. I mean, everybody we play is reeling. They're probably really more than we are because of new coaching staff, and they're learning. They're getting in, getting used to their students, and still learning those players. And so, everybody's got their problems, but I'm focused on mine right now.
One of our problems may be preparing for a wing tee that we don't see that much. I guess we'll maybe seeing it more. It seems like a revival.
Well, you're seeing a trend in high school football to kind of go back to, so they're called, there's a wing tee, and these guys are more of a wing tee team, and then there's a slot tee team, which we saw in Frisco, which Pleasant Grove, Paris, those guys, and a lot of guys in the South are running that one right now too. And it's a tough offense. I mean, it really is. I mean, we've kind of gone with the spread stuff, move people out, kind of encourage kids to be out here and be involved. And the wing tee and all that stuff is more blocking, not as much passing and all that kind of stuff. So maybe not as entertaining unless it's done really, really well to the fans and everyone else involved. So, but they're figuring it out. They're getting better every week with it. They played some pretty good people too. So I mean, Hallsville was always going to be disciplined. They got after them, and then they had Paris, and Paris is running the same stuff. And Paris may be the fastest team I've ever seen. My gosh, they were flying around. So they gave them headaches and fits with them because of their speed. And so but they do some good things, and and that's what we're hounding our kids about right now. The little things of the discipline defensively, of reading their key, reacting, fitting, and defensively we got to get better at tackling. We got to be aggressive. We got to read our keys this week. So that's Don's keys for the week on defense. That's what they've got to do well for us to be successful. Offensively, we've got to be successful by taking care of the football, putting points on the board. I mean, we can't get down here and stall out and kick field goals and have blown mistakes here and just jumping off sides. Those things have got cleaned up. And everything was better. Everything was better last week. It was. Just wasn't good enough to get the win. Yeah. All right, but it was still better. And we're seeing progress and improvement and those kind of things. So we'll keep working through all that.
Well, go ahead, Don.
I'm just saying, looking at Terrell, do you think the wing tee is a good call for their personnel?
That's not my call. That's that coach's call.
Do they have any particular area that really stands out for?
They're fast.
The line and speed. Okay.
They're big and they're fast. So those combinations work in any offense.
Sure.
And so. That's their speed, and we mess up, we don't tackle well, then it's going to cost us. And so that they can screw up 10 times in a row, and that one fast kid gets loose and we can't catch him. And so, but they've got several of them, not just one. But those are things. Well, we got to be disciplined. We got to do those things well. And offensively, we got to put points on the board to make them come chase us. I mean, that offense is not built for scoring a lot of points necessarily quickly. So anyway, if we put points on the board, we put pressure on them. Maybe you take them out of their game plan and force them to do something they don't want to do.
Well, we kind of had to outscore them. Last year was 42-27, and they, as I recall, they racked up a lot of yards and a lot of 27 points. Yeah. And I understand that kid that had such a game against us, he may be back.
He's back.
He's not on the roster or
he's back. He's a young man that moved to North Forney, then moved back in and entered school after the 6th day. When you do that, you got to 15 days or play down the sub-varsity. So he sat his 15, and now he's back there, and he's a speed guy, and so I'm sure he's going to have a bigger role because every time he touches it, you just kind of hold your breath a little bit because he can go.
You talked about playing both ways. Boy, Terrell, I think they've got 8 or 9 guys that are going.
Yeah,
they've only got 28 on the roster.
Yeah, there's not many on their roster. So, I mean, they may be up to 30 now. I think there's 2 extra names of the latest roster I got from them. So, those guys, they're like us. I mean, we got 10 more kids than they do maybe. So they got a lot of guys that are having to do that. So that'll be one of those things. We may look at some tempo or whatever against them too, but we got to feel comfortable in our own skin before we try to do something we're not ready for.
Well, I was talking to their coach, and I mentioned Texas football says he had 7 returning defensive starters, and he goes, no, we've got 4. Yeah. And he had like what will happen on a coaching change. I don't know, maybe not used to, but now kids leave, and they lost quite a few kids over there.
Three kids left, and they went to a different school, and so there are those places. We're not going to talk about all those guys, but some of those were big-time starters and big-time players for them, and but they chose to leave. So they're not necessarily actively playing at other places either because the UIL does not allow them to move for athletic purposes.
But one of them was a freshman nose tackle that was like 300. I think he was 13 years old. Shields was telling me last year. But, he went to Skyline, I think. So, there's just and plus the fact that, I'm going to be apologist for Sedbury here, but he got there late. He was in early May, I think.
Yeah, that's tough to come in. So got to figure him out in a hurry and get after him. So he's got more pressure on him and trying to figure these kids out and going. And I'd say the pressure being an early district start because of 9 teams. So you're thrown into that mix in a hurry. But no, what I see to them every week, they're getting better and they're improving and they're kind of getting after it. Their coach last year ran similar to this scheme, not exactly the same scheme, but pretty close to it. So some of that's a little easier on him. Kids kind of understand some of that stuff, so they just get their terminology on the same page. They'll be okay.
What about the Terrell defense? How does it shape up and what kind of?
They're fast. They got big kids. They're going to have a 4-man front. And so those kids can move around. You know, they're quick, and again, the linebackers or DBs trigger really fast and really hard. So again, you got to get after them. When you get after them and they get tired and we can sustain some drives, that's when they've given up their points. When they're fresh and they're flying around, it's hard to penetrate them.
I heard that their secondary plays pretty tight. They don't give you a lot of room if you kind of do, don't run a precise route or something.
Yeah,
be all over you.
They've got some great athleticism in the back end, and they do trigger and they do bring it. So, we're going to try to use some of that maybe against them. And at the same time, we got to understand we can't have lazy balls or throws or those kind of things. You got to be precise on what we're doing and deliver the ball on time.
The Lady Cats volleyball team got by a scrappy Emory Rains team Tuesday evening at home, 3-1. The score was 25-19, 25-20, 17-25, and 28-26. After the match, I talked with Lady Cats volleyball coach Bailey Dorner.
It was an exciting game. We had some good moments. We had some great moments. We had some not so good moments. But Rains is a good team. I feel like every ball we sent over that I thought was going down, they somehow just got it up and got it back over. They're very scrappy.
Yeah, a good start by the Lady Cats, win the first 2 sets, and then that third set just seemed like what could go wrong did.
We got a little complacent. We got a little relaxed, and Rains took advantage of it.
Yeah, it was beginning to look like a 5-setter, but the Lady Cats kind of pull out of it. They were down 23-21, and then they got it back to 23-23, and then it was just back and forth.
I know. I'm proud of the fight they had at the end of that game. I just wish we could have that fight the whole game.
Anybody, obviously, I guess the usual suspects. Sadie Washburn was wonderful tonight.
Sadie Washburn played great. We tried a different lineup tonight. People were playing in positions they're not normally playing in, but I think everybody kind of stepped up to the plate and did their job and did what we asked of them.
Yeah, you moved some people around. Did you like the result of that?
I like what I saw, but I feel like there's always room for improvement, so we can always keep changing things until we find the best fit for us.
All right. I kind of think about, Erica Van Bentham had some good moments, Sydney Washburn, Sadie Washburn, and again, Peyton Hammock, kind of her, setting those things up. There's a lot of good moments.
Yeah, I got a team of great players. All the way around, I don't feel like there's a player who's weak. We're all pretty strong in our different areas, and I feel like we showed that at times tonight.
Have you had a chance to see any kind of stats whatsoever?
I have not. I haven't even looked at them yet.
I just saw Kate Womack walk by. I thought she had some good serving strings in there.
Yes, she did. She's been serving strong for us. We hope to just continue that, get it more consistent all the way around. I'd like for our girls to serve better. We missed too many serves tonight, too many free points for them, so I like to minimize those.
All right. Now you've got Pleasant Grove. We'll go over there to Texarkana on Friday. That was a knockdown drag-out in this gym last year. It was a 5-setter, and it was on a night where 2 matches were scheduled. And we didn't have a lot in the tank after we finished in that. We did pick up the win, but if that's any indication, it's going to be something over there.
Pleasant Grove has a history of just being a volleyball school. They put together great teams, great power hitters, great back row people. So I think it'll be a good game, a good challenge.
Well, congratulations on the win tonight.
Thank you so much.
Wildcats team tennis won an important district match at Greenville Tuesday, 15-4. It appears the Wildcats are going to be the number 3 playoff seed in the district this season. I talked about the Greenville win with Wildcats team tennis coach Tony Martinez on Wednesday morning.
No, the whole team, it was a team effort, and very happy with the results. We did all play and played a little bit more aggressive too. That was kind of our I guess first objective tomorrow. Not just to play yesterday, it It's not just to play, get the ball and win some games. Let's win aggressive. We are the stronger team, and let's go ahead and show them, And the players did do that on the court yesterday.
Seemed like even some that maybe lost in singles won as part of a doubles team or vice versa. Just, like you say, a team effort.
It was a team effort. My number 3 girls, Harley, Steegen, and Emily Dick played tough. Harley played a tough number 2 spot. She was kind of moved up on the ladder, and she played number 2 yesterday. And she was down in the match, but she came back to win a tiebreaker at 9-8 in that set. So very happy with her. She's been playing real tough, and she's been our best utility player to play doubles with all the different girls, be it, from 2 to 3 to 4 to 5. She's been playing with everybody, and everybody enjoys playing with her, and she's just a competitor. So I was really happy with the results yesterday.
Got Jolie Cantu back, and she picked up a couple of wins.
Yeah, she did. Did her mixed doubles, did her singles. She did her job yesterday. No, I'm just glad she's coming back slow. We didn't want her to go full force yesterday, and she's been doing really well the last 2 days at practice. So we said if it didn't work after mixed doubles, if it was kind of aggravated, then we'll pull you out and won't play singles. But she was able to make it, and she feels good. And she said she's feeling stronger. So kind of need her for next Tuesday against T High. So it's going to be, we're just bringing her along slowly though.
Yeah. And as far as the boys and girls are concerned, both of them took 5 out of 6 of the singles. So,
right.
That's just outstanding. No weak spots yesterday.
Not yesterday. We've been really working on the doubles a little bit more. Like I said, from week to week, we talked about this a week or two ago, that's the most important part, where if you can get the most wins at 6 or 5, then it makes it easy, and the pressure is not so much to get everybody to win those singles. So, it worked out, and it really worked out for our boys to come up with about 9 matches, and then Jolie and Jonah Kirkpatrick was our 10th match yesterday. And then some of the girls came on to win that I was really happy with, So all up and down the ladder, Trinity, the freshman, played at number 6, and she won her match. And Harley and on down the line, everybody, Savannah, Lily came out with a win also in singles too. So the whole day yesterday was just a team effort.
Yeah. Real tough match, obviously. Texas High, they've kind of dominated us and everybody else, really, as far as that goes. What's the approach for your team?
We're not going to change anything. I think we're going to go in just like we did with Greenville yesterday. We're going to be working on serves. That's the main thing. You have to get those serves in to start the match. And I felt like we were a little weak on the girls' side yesterday. So we're going to be, really working on serves today, working on some net game. I felt like anything can happen. They are a little down on their girls' side. They're a lot of freshmen, but they're strong freshmen too.
Yeah.
But we're just going in there just like it and take it, just one match at a time to see how we do. I don't even know what our score was last year. Maybe we got 2 matches. Maybe we didn't get 1 match. I don't know. But we want to do better than last year. So that's the whole idea. So that's what we're doing this whole season. It's just to do better than we did last year against our opponents. I know we did well against Greenville. Same thing with Lindale. And that's what we're looking at, just the improvement that the team's done overall.
I know you've told them in the past to keep their heads up, feel like you belong there and walk off the court regardless of the results with a lot of pride in yourself.
True, and that's all as long as they go out there and compete, there's no shame in winning or losing. It's just, if you're out there competing, and that's all the coach is asking for. I'm not here to make sure you win every match. If we win every match, then I want 10% of the earnings, if you become a professional. And they always laugh about that when I say that. It's going to be where you just compete. And that's our objective out here is, hey, get out there, play your best. And if you do that, it's a good day. It's still a good day.
That's Channel 18 TV News. I'm Don Julian. Thank you for joining me, and so long, everybody.